Hello, welcome to Oscar Mike Radio. My name is Travis, the host. Oscar Mike Radio is about veteran stories, veterans happenings, veterans in action. And today I'm joined by Oscar Mike Radio previous guest, way back when, Dean Wegner. Welcome back to Oscar Mike Radio.
Travis, it is so great to see you and be back again. I look forward to our discussion.
Absolutely. Now, for those of you who don't know, Dean is an Army veteran and got out and did some things and started his own apparel brand, Authentically American. And by the way, Dean, this shirt is made by your company. We'll get into that in a minute.
Love it.
The thing is, folks, he makes clothing right here in the U.S. Everything is 100% sourced, made, edited, designed, shipped right here in the U.S. So you don't have to go to China, Vietnam, or other places to get your clothing. You can get it right here. And we met right before COVID-19 hit, but we made it work. And I kind of want to get your impression about how you all dealt with the challenges of COVID-19 during this last year, because it didn't seem to slow you all down at all.
Well, Travis, it is crazy to think all the way back when you and I met in Boston in person and had a great first meeting and continued our friendship since then. And I had forgotten that it wasn't long after that COVID hit. And it seems like forever ago, but in other respects, it seems like it was just yesterday. And I will tell you, Travis, the very first reaction I had was, uh-oh. Because at that point, I mean, we were a little over 3 years old. We're a bootstrap startup, company, and we have an expansive contract manufacturing network across 12 US states. And the uh-oh was like, are we going to survive?
Right.
Because we rely on products. We have a great brand story, but we need to have amazing products, and we rely on our manufacturers. And the thought was, what happens if they all shut down? What's going to happen? And that great shirt that Travis is wearing, the t-shirt that you're wearing, the polo that I'm wearing, socks everyone loves, we're not going to be able to produce them. And I will tell you, Travis, it was incredible to work with our contract manufacturers, because we as a brand believe in the American worker. And these are relatively small companies that produce great American product. And 10 of the 12 that we work with were fully open and were deemed essential, and we were able to keep operations running. So one, incredibly thankful that we were able to produce product. And our client side of our business did slow down some, because we work with a lot of businesses, businesses that may have a national sales meeting, that may have a trade show and want to buy a polo or a jacket or quarter zip with their company logo. But as we got together at a team and realized that not only is it challenging for us, it's even more challenging for charities. And we have always felt passionate about giving back. We donate 10% of our profits to veteran and first responder charities. But another way we partner with charities is when we provide goods and services to a charity, we provide it at cost. And that's a way for us to go ahead and help you build your brand as a charity and help you raise some funds in the process. And we never really actively promoted that, Travis. And our thought was, why don't we, in the middle of this pandemic, proactively reach out to charities, especially veteran charities, and see how we can help make a difference. And that not only helped us, but more importantly, helped a lot of charities in 2020, help keep their doors open as well.
So what you're saying is, when there's a will, there literally is a way, and it takes a team effort to get that will executed.
No doubt about it, Travis. Great lessons going back to the military and Ranger School, and the sheer drive and perseverance. And then you're never without your Ranger buddy, just reinforcing the teamwork.
Well, I want to tell you for a minute about my experience, because in the interest of full disclosure, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Authentically American makes the apparel for Oscar Mike Radio. And I felt from the minute we met, and I'll have a little clip here in the or image where Dean lights up the Freedom shirt, as I like to call it, to now, because I wear your apparel out in town. We'll get into I've worn your socks at a national weightlifting meet and got a lot of feedback about those. But the real value, the real aha moment was when other people opened that package from Authentically American. And I kind of want to tell you about their experience and see what you think. And I'll start with my mom first and my sisters. Tough crowd, Dean, tough crowd. I mean,
If you can make your family happy, you can make anyone happy.
Man, I'm telling you, and they're a tough crowd. These women do not fool around. And my mom said, oh God bless his heart, honey, I'll buy a shirt from this guy and I'll probably, wear it once and swab my shotgun with it afterwards. Her words. She got it. And she liked the package because at the time it was a white package with a logo on it. So it was a very red, white, and blue feeling the minute she got it. And this is her spiel she's given me. And the second thing, she opened it up and the decal came out first. She put the decal in her refrigerator. And I'm like, yes, that's what I want you to do. I want you to put that every time, right? So she liked getting the decal. And then she got this shirt. She got this shirt, the one I'm wearing. And she was like, wow, this is not some cheap shirt that you wear once and throw away. This is a very comfortable shirt and it feels different. All the women in my life who've bought this shirt and other women, people who love and support Oscar Mike Radio, tell me the same thing. The shirt feels different from a shirt you get from another place. So that's kind of the feedback I get. And then they read about your story. They understand what the company's doing. The fact that it's 100%, made in the USA by a veteran supporting other veterans. And they feel good about doing that. So I kind of want to get your thoughts on that and how that makes you feel and your team feel, because you all work hard to get to this point.
Well, Travis, you absolutely made my day, and I wish your mom was here so I'd give her a big hug.
Well, she's in Evansville, so we'll have to make that work sometime.
She's not too far then, not as far as you are. So that is literally a drive, but I would love to meet her at some point. And just knowing how well you turned out, she's a big part of that, obviously. But I love to hear that story, Travis, that you shared about your mom and the rest of your family, because most people don't realize how rare it is to find American-made apparel. Because when I graduated from West Point in '93, over 50% of the apparel in the U.S. was made in the U.S. And today it's less than 3%. I mean, that is all that's made here. So it's really not top of mind, Travis. People aren't thinking about it. And that gave birth to our tagline, where's yours made? And it will be a comment with a friend, a client, somebody like that. And great looking shirt, Travis, where's yours made? And most people will say, well, Dean, I have no idea. And they will literally look at the tag, or I've got a shirt here. They'll look at the tag and they're like, American made. And nobody, Travis, is buying from us just because we're American made. At the end of the day, we are a consumer brand and we need to deliver an amazing product experience. And that's when I love when people wear our garments the first time, when they put on a pair of our socks, they wear one of our t-shirts, they're like, Dean, forget where it's made. I mean, it's just amazing product. I love it. And then here's what happens. They will then look at the tag like, it's American made. I haven't seen that. And then they will go to our website and learn the ethos behind our brand, being a brand that celebrates patriotism, being a brand that believes in the American worker, being a brand that honors our American heroes. And that's where we have an opportunity to be their new favorite brand.
I love it. The other thing, ladies and gentlemen, is he had socks for 173. Dean brought a pair of the Freedom socks, I like to call them, and I fell in love. I should have had a. They're getting cleaned up right now, but the socks are, and I'll have pictures of them here in the show. Yes.
That's what I was reaching to grab here, Travis, because you are a role model for us.
So I promised you, Dean, I promised you I would wear those socks when I competed in the National Masters weightlifting. I did it in 2020 and I just did it in 2021. And people watch the lift and they think it's great and cool, but the question is, where'd you get those socks?
Yeah.
What are those socks? And it allows me to tell the story about Authentically American, Oscar Mike Radio, American Jobs, and veteran-owned business in a way that I couldn't do it if I was wearing another sock with a different symbol on it. And I just think there's other people that have to be doing the same thing and enjoying the product. And it looks good. It shows up really good on camera, I gotta tell you. But what that's allowed me to do is I like your polo shirts. Like I like the polo shirts. They fit me real well. I got broad shoulders. There's all kinds of other things that you're doing right now. So that kind of leads me to my next thing is, what is next for you all as an apparel company right now?
So our biggest challenge, Travis, our biggest opportunity is brand awareness. I mean, there's a long list of people now that love our brand, have experienced it firsthand, but there's 350 million people in this country. So relatively speaking, is this much. So really our primary focus is twofold. One, we want to continue producing amazing American product that you and everyone that's experienced it absolutely loves. But then our big focus as well is, how do we get the word out? How do we let more people know about American made? Back to our tagline, where is yours made? How we partner with charities and businesses. We're now in the collegiate license business, Travis. We've got West Point, all the service academies, any military school, national schools, but we also now have the #1 collegiate license in the US, Alabama.
I'm an LSU fan, Dean. That's so hard. I'm an LSU fan.
Oh, well, Travis, let me tell you this, because not far behind Alabama will be LSU, and you can actually help accelerate that, because the reason why we have the license right now was because Alabama reached out to us.
Really?
They heard about us. This was their adaptive athletics department, and they saw our sweat activated print innovation, as you know very well. And they're like, Dean, that is the coolest technology ever. Your shirts are amazing. Can we do a fundraiser with you? And as a bootstrap startup, we can't afford just to arbitrarily invest in licenses hoping to get the business. But when somebody reaches out to us, we will go ahead and invest the time and dollars in inventory. And that's how Alabama happened. So we need to talk after, Travis, and figure out how quickly we can get LSU online.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's amazing. And, let's talk about how you support veterans charities and other veterans. I was very happy to meet West Point colleague, if you will, or fellow student, Steve Empt, who's a Paralympian who is making his drive for gold next year. We ordered, me and I got all my kids, the curling shirt that Authentically American made to support that. That was just an amazing story of his determination, his drive to succeed, much like yours. And then I kind of wanted to get your feedback about the golf tournament coming up here for the VFW that Authentically American is sponsoring. What is that like to be able to give back and really support veterans, not only in your local area, but also on a national level?
Travis, it just brings a great smile to my face and just incredible warmth throughout my body. And this is for our entire organization, being a brand that wants to honor our American heroes. I mean, Steve Empt is a prime example. I mean, he's a Paralympian. He has faced incredible adversity in his life, being in a tragic accident, losing both of his lives, but he just didn't take the cards he was dealt and go away in a corner. I mean, you interviewed him, you heard his story, and he stood up and said, you know what, I want to make a difference.
Yeah.
I want to keep fighting. I want to keep giving back. And when we hear countless stories like that, Travis, it's the thought on how can we make a difference? How can we partner with them to help, amplify their message? Because now when somebody's wearing that Rock the House t-shirt that we made with them is sweat activated, it's helping them build their brand. And we raised thousands and thousands of dollars for them. So Steve was incredibly grateful, and I'm thankful. It just warms my heart to be able to make a difference like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, talking about the VFW in Tennessee, it looks like the VFW is really trying to, at least in Tennessee, I don't know about other states, but really trying to reboot and rebuild themselves. And this golf tournament is going to help that VFW post do that. How important do you think the VFW is to veterans in this day and age? Because it's kind of an older organization.
Well, Travis, you mentioned two key points. First and foremost, the VFW is an amazing organization that is truly committed to making a difference for our veterans, but you also hit the challenge. It's an older organization. There's images of old VFW lodges and get-togethers. It's a smoke-filled house, and people don't have the modern new image, and that's what the VFW here in Tennessee is helping to change. And we, again, are partnering with the VFW. We're sponsoring the golf tournament. We are providing our goods and services to them at cost. So that's helping them with their whole rebranding effort, but then it's also helping them raise some funds in the process.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm looking forward to being down there and seeing you and all the good apparel and merchandise that weekend. It's going to be amazing. So as we wind down, What is next for Authentically American? Maybe not for this year, but where do you feel your arc is going? You've survived COVID, which a lot of businesses have not. And I know that for business, it's always about moving forward, moving forward. What do you feel is next for your company?
Travis, there's no real, call it specific next step, but our mission is all about creating American jobs. And our vision is to build this iconic American brand that's truly American made. The same, instant recognition that Nike or Under Armour or Polo would have. That's what we want to build for this vintage US flag. And the ultimate threshold, and it's a big, audacious goal, but we want to be an iconic billion-dollar brand. A billion-dollar brand. So we're a long way from that. It will be 15, 20, 25 years before we ultimately get there. But if we keep delivering an amazing product experience, Travis, if we keep that focus and we keep making a difference in veterans, our sales are going to grow. And when our sales are growing, that means we're creating more jobs at our headquarters. That means we're creating more jobs with our contract manufacturers. And that's what it's all about for us. It's about creating American jobs. It's about making a difference. And when we're successful, Travis, we're going to leave an incredible legacy.
That's amazing. And I can tell you, not just you, but anybody watching or listening to this show that, when I tell people about what you all have created for me, the end point is, look, ladies and gentlemen, I know where mine's made. You know where it's made. And it's not made, 10,000 miles across the world. It might be made in your backyard. It's designed by people who care about Oscar Mike Radio. And that's the thing I want to say in closing is, I've never gotten the feeling from any of your team that my brand, which is growing just like yours is, wasn't as important as a huge account. The attention to detail and the willingness to work with me and understand how the business works so I can be effective has never been in doubt. So I love that I know where mine's made. That's kind of, how I want to end this, because it's not really the end, but it's just the beginning. And I'm proud that you guys are all part of it.
Well, Travis, I love to hear that. I'm going to share that feedback with my team, because that's another hallmark we want to be known for, is incredible world-class customer service. And to us, it doesn't matter if you're our smallest client or our largest customer, we want to provide world-class service. So that makes me smile, makes me happy, and I'm going to share that feedback with my team.
Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys soon at the end of the month for the VFW Golf Tournament that Authentically American is sponsoring. Go to authenticallyamerican.us to check out all their wonderful apparel. I've got playing cards, the neck gaiters that you guys made, all kinds of other good things. It's just going to be an amazing, amazing event. So thank you very much.
Look forward to continue this in person. Thank you, Travis.
All right. As we say in Oscar Mike Radio, the mission is in flight. Dean, thank you very much.